I'm Master Peter Brusso, and this is the training video for the new Ivan self-defense keychain tool that we have. And I have the pleasure of having Master John Inger to show the video, and I will narrate it. So without any further ado, let's get going. John Sensei is now showing the points and how sharp they are. Oh my gosh, they really are. If you're familiar with our competitors, they're very whimsical, nothing like what we have. We also have the bottom part of the points are the area that we can capture soft tissue when we insert it in and then make a turn. We'll get a little bit more of that later. The tool is small, and thus it's hard to hold on to. So our way of getting around that or improving it is we put a finger and a thumb groove notch on the side, as you can see. And you can hold it that way with your finger and thumb, or you can go ahead and start with the finger and thumb and wrap the rest of your fingers around the split key ring and your keys, and that tool is not coming out of your hands at all. Also, the split key ring is industrial strength. I've actually seen people use other keychains for self-defense, and the split ring breaks apart and all your very valuable keys go strewn all over the combat zone there. But this allows you to really have one unit that holds on all together during your self-defense move. Now here John Sensei is showing that he has another Ivan on a lanyard, breakaway lanyard that we have, and he's going to show you that this is the clever way too, because if you were to carry it this way, then when you pop it off the lanyard, it's actually in the down position, so the points are down by the palm of your hand or by the little finger, and you can hammer fist the heck out of somebody with those 2 points going on like that. Very strategic, very cool. Here John is walking along and he notices that there's somebody behind him. So in this case he turns, makes eye contact with the attacker, places his hand out there to stop him, to keep him out at some distance, which sets him up for his first attack to get the aggression to stop. Now since the Ivan is held in the down position, as you can see, points at the bottom by the bottom part of his hand, as he sweeps through, he's going to rotate his hand to let the keys hit the opponent. And this is why I wanted to go to an industrial strength key ring, split key ring, so that when you do something like this, that ring doesn't break and scatter your important key, like the house key, car key, amongst the bad guys. Now, keeping the flow of that attack, John Sensei is showing that on his way back, he's going to hit the gentleman or the attacker in the temple. That's a very serious strike, but it will stop the fight usually. Now here John Sensei is making a block. He's again turning towards the opponent, and he made a block to block a fist or slap or whatever. And he now has the keys with the points pointed up towards his thumb, by his thumb. And he strikes in at the bicep. Oh, that's got to be terrible on its own. The next thing he shows you is striking in to the bicep and twisting the tissue that you got surrounded around those sharp points. It's amazing what that would do to somebody. Here John is showing another technique. You block and then you drive the 2 points directly into their chest and twist. Now it could hit their stomach, it could hit their breast, it could hit anything in there. It's a pretty wide target, but what you're going to do is you're going to sink those 2 points in there as deep as you can to make that twist, which just tears the tissue. And here John Sensei is showing another alternative to a block, and strike. He's going to strike into the side of the neck where the carotid arteries are. And it could be a very potentially dangerous situation to damage him that much, but sometimes it's necessary. So he'll hit, and you can even twist if you want to and come out of there, and that's the end of that attack. Now again, John Sensei makes another block, but at this time what he's going to do is going to come right up the body, 2 points right into the bottom of the chin, and push it in and back, and even perhaps twist. A strike like this could hurt the trachea. It can be a very serious strike. Fight's going to end up pretty quickly with a strike like this. Here's John making again a block, and as he does, he's thrusting the Ivan and the points directly into the gentleman's stomach. That can't feel terribly good. And twist, I would hope. That could end the fight right there. And then his second technique here with this is the same block, same placement on his body of his hand. But this time he's going for a chest, which of course could be a breast, chest, hit and turn and twist. And then finally he's going to strike just underneath the chin. That's got to hurt. And you might catch a trachea, you might catch a carotid artery, a little far away from that, but you're certainly going to do a lot of damage. That's going to end that fight very quickly. John's preparing to get grabbed from behind, which is like a bear hug. It encompasses both your arms. Normally, you would also flex your arms slightly as he is stepping to the left, as you see. That helps to clear for the target. Once he's stepped in position, leaning out there, see how he's got nice access to the targets. He strikes directly point in to the groin itself, and then next he returns to a hit to the leg. This is the concept of rinse and repeat. If you have to keep doing it, but this will stop the fight. This is the famous rear naked choke. Everybody fears it. In Japanese terminology, Sansaku Kujimi. Now, what has to happen, this is a blood choke, which means it is designed to cut off the blood flow to either side, either carotid artery to their brain, and you pass out within 3 seconds. So the fact that you're getting it done on you, you have to operate pretty quickly. And you'll notice that what he does, he goes up and he gets a hold with his left hand, actually pull that off to relieve the carotid artery pressure, but he also strikes the arm just below the elbow there with the Ivan several times until it's finished. The next move he does right away is go ahead and strike behind him. He'll either hit a face, a head, or the other arm, in which case the opponent just doesn't like this at all. He's going to let go. Another move that capitalizes on a rear naked choke is moving to the left slightly. But again, you grab that arm, try to give yourself some wind or relieve the blood pressure, and then you step to one side and you hammer away at his groin, or his leg in this case, or groin, whatever happens. The next technique comes from a grab. In this case, a right hand grab to their left, in this case. Doesn't matter. So what happens is they come across, they reach and grab you, and your first rule is to relax as best you can. Don't tighten up. You tighten up, they tighten up. Next, John Sensei is going to get in position with his teeth of his Ivan down by the bottom of his palm, and he strikes directly at the nerve just on the top side of the arm, just below the elbow there. That hurts a lot, no doubt about that. And then the concept of rinse and repeat. He keeps hammering at that nerve and until they let you go. Now here you see, this is very interesting too, another grab, and this time of course you relax, and Ingerson say will attack that grabbing arm up at the bicep. The inner side of the bicep hurts like heck. They'll let go of you, might even end the whole conflict. This of course is another counter grab, how to get out of the grab. This is very, very painful. As you can see, Inger Sensei is just going to drive right on down and place the 2 points, one on either side of the thumb, but one into the web of the hand, and twist it off. John Sensei is showing some more options to a grab. As you can see, he'll go back and hammer down on that muscle, that sensitive nerve area at the top of the arm, and then he moves right up and hits the side of the neck underneath the jaw. Next thing he does, pushes that person away. That person can't see what's going on, which is advantageous for us. And then he puts another jab directly into the neck and pulls it all the way down through the neck, clears that arm, and then hits him in the underarm. Very painful. Should end that attack. This is a very interesting grab too. It's a bear hug, but your arms are free. So John Sensei will use his Ivan Defender to attack the back of this guy's hands repeatedly, actually, and then he'll move to the next target, which is very interesting. He'll move to the first finger, put it over the finger and twist. That usually will break off that grab. And now he's showing that in fact you can go up to the thumb and do the same thing. Break that off, and that will relieve that grab completely. This is one of our universal aspects of our tools. In this case, this person's going to kick at him, and he's just going to let him run right into it, which you can just imagine what that got to feel like. He's going for the very top of the shin, but again, it's not going to feel good. They're not going to come back at you. Matter of fact, it may even stop the fight completely. Here, John Sensei finds himself on the ground. This person's going to come with a stomping kick, and all John's going to do is going to protect his face, obviously, his head, and he's going to attack whatever he can find on that leg. In this case, it's at the shin, and he'll go up the leg if need be. Even if they're barefooted, come up through their bottom of the feet. John Sensei is showing a ability to reach in and grab a chain or perhaps something, even the collar of a shirt, and pull him in and pulls him off balance, and then presto bango, he strikes at the chest, but it could be anywhere, the chest, the neck. You kind of get the idea now. Here Inger Sensei uses a very clever thing, which you can use your opponent's clothing against them, pulling their shirt over their face, over their heads, over their back, that kind of thing. And he's going to reach up here and he's going to grab that hat, and then he's going to pull it down, and you can see that the person hat didn't come off because he pulled it straight down his body. At this point, now you can attack the body, the neck, whatever you want. Now you've learned the target points, and that's a very clever use of a baseball cap.